Find out what's going on. Get involved. Change things from the inside. Make a difference. Take pride. Multicultural at its best. The Luisa Marshall Show. Coming up.
All new Simply the Best on Spotlight. Dennis Tymoshenko. He plays the flute, clarinet, and saxophone, and performs different styles of music from Baroque to smooth jazz. Born and raised in Kiev, Ukraine, he migrated to Canada with his family 10 years ago.
This country is known for immigrants and good possibilities.
Dennis has been my band sax player for several years, performing on various stages and events. In light of the Russian invasion and atrocities in Ukraine, he decided to use his talent to raise funds for families during these difficult times.
As a Canadian and Ukrainian, so I'm going to help.
Dennis wants to play for peace and hope for all Ukrainians.
I can fight with my music instrument, and it's actually a powerful tool.
Get ready to be inspired. All these coming up. Hello. We are back with a great show for you all. I've known Dennis for many years, and he's an amazing musician, a loving husband and father, and just a great human being. And he loves Filipino food. Coming up right now. Hello, Dennis. How are you?
Hi, Luisa. I'm glad you invite me. Yeah, I'm fine. Absolutely good. Safe and sound in Canada.
Yes. You're safe and sound. It's been a while since we saw each other.
Oh yeah.
We performed on stage. It's been a while. It's been 2 years.
Yeah, looking forward to do it again. I really miss all this time, and but it's coming soon.
Yes, but we are probably going to be having some shows really soon. Dennis, I watched the horrific things happening in your motherland, Ukraine, and your hometown, Kiev. That's where you born and raised.
That's true, yes, and that's the target number one, because it's the capital of Ukraine, and you know the target number one in this capital is President of Ukraine, Zelensky. So all efforts just concentrated on this goal, unfortunately, and yeah.
That's your hometown, Kiev, and that's the focus of the Russian invasion, where the Ukrainian President Zelensky and his government officials have been standing to protect the democracy of Ukraine. So, born and raised in Kiev, how are you feeling right now?
Well, I feel like I'm 100% Canadian and I'm 100% Ukrainian, and it's just my body stay in Canada, but my soul and mind in Ukraine. It's a very strange feeling, and you know when one of your friend crying out for help, and you can imagine how you feel like. But when you hear like 100 of friends crying at the same time, that's overwhelming, and it's really difficult. So my family were not really here, partly here, yes, but uh, other part in Ukraine. So that's how I feel.
Well, I'm really sorry about that. You still have family and friends in Ukraine.
Of course, I
Uh,
raised and
How are they?
oh, well, my mom, fortunately, she lives in London, UK, and she connect mostly with all our relatives, and I connect with other part of friends. So every morning she just text me that everybody alive. So the most question now is anybody, is everybody alive? It means it's okay. You see that because situation changed every can be changed every minute, so we just need to know they are alive. That's the best we can hear from them.
Have you heard from your friends lately?
Yes, fortunately there is a good connection, and yeah, I speak with them. Most of them sit in a shelter, but some even don't go to shelter because uh, they're bombing so so uh, many times. They just decide maybe the bomb will not hit uh, their place. So it's like this because it's been already 2 weeks, and people getting used with the war, and yeah, it.
Dennis, how can you get used to the war? Oh my gosh, my
Uh,
heart is breaking.
you can't understand it at all if you live in
You've
Canada, but
never been there, yes.
yeah, but when you speak with people, yeah, it's seems like different mode will switch on when you live during the war. Um, yeah.
Oh, my heart is ripping and breaking. I'm pretty sure how you and your wife and your whole family are so worried about the friends that you left there and the family that you left there. So 10 years ago, Dennis, you and your wife Tatiana, with your three children,
Yes.
Jan, Paulina, and Artem, came to Canada. So why did you decide to leave Ukraine? And why did you choose Canada?
Well, why we choose Canada? Because this country is known for immigrants and for good attitude to immigrants and good possibilities. And why we came from Ukraine? Because it seems like it was no future. This conflict with Russia. Now we entire world can see it, but it was many years ago. It started, let's say, from 90s when Ukraine became independent after Soviet Union collapsed. So it was like you're building something in Ukraine, and next day everything you just did just collapsed. Then you start to build again. Then it's again disappeared. So after years and years trying to have a good life, um, in age of maybe 35, you understand that it's better to start somewhere else.
So in 2017, you and your family became Canadian citizens.
Yes.
Do you feel any different now that you are Canadian?
I didn't feel that I'm Canadian in the day I received citizenship, because I became Canadian maybe after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years of understanding what's going on, feel myself like part of Canadian society. Yeah, so I can say, yeah, maybe after 3 years, I would say I became a Canadian.
So on the first year, you really had a difficult time. Yeah, yeah, like
Of
on the
course,
first
yeah,
year,
of
like
course.
everybody else, right? Just like me too. Same
Yes,
thing
okay.
with me.
So I think this time is very important for all of us to just sit, drink a coffee, and share the story, different stories, how we survived and how we get this. And uh, yeah, it's now we have something to tell each other about this time.
We'll be back with you. Don't go away.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Tymoshenko on saxophone.
Dennis, millions of civilians have been forced from their homes fleeing to neighboring countries. What do you want to tell our viewers about your plans to help?
Well, I feel that I'm in the middle of Ukrainians and Canadians because, as I said, I'm 100% Canadian and Ukrainian, and I just feel responsibility that I should do something as a Canadian and Ukrainian. So I'm going to help. I'm going to help with what I can do. I'm a musician, so I can fight with my music instrument, and it's actually a powerful tool to do because it can reach souls and it can reach minds, and yes, and it seems like it's not like a doctor who can fix it immediately, but in long perspective you can see this kind of influence. Yeah. And yeah, I'm going to raise money. I'm going to play. I'm going to talk about what's going on as a Ukrainian who has friends. Yeah, because it's close to me all. So it's not what they can see from TV or other sources, but from people who really know other people. So I think it's very powerful.
That's so nice. But Dennis, do you have some friends and family that you want to help to come over to Canada?
Yeah, absolutely. I have friends, and I have mostly friends with a lot of kids. So
Oh, wow.
families, yes, families with kids, and they have the most. They need more protection, and they have more chances as well to be protected because
That's right. That's
yeah.
right. Have they crossed the border to go somewhere safer?
Yeah, if we're talking about one particular family, yes, they crossed the border. They moved to Poland. They stayed in shelter for a few days, but of course they couldn't stay forever. They need to move ahead or stay in Poland, or so that's a very difficult time for making decisions. So they moved now to Netherlands, and I just spoke with them today, and it's the same situation. They need to go forward somewhere.
Yeah,
So
it's temporary. It's just
it's
temporary.
all temporary, yes. And
Right.
can you imagine the people who lived good life, had house and a pretty good job, and suddenly just one moment they need to flee somewhere, make some decisions which will direct all their life and future, and they need to make this decision like in few hours. So it's
They
very
did.
with 5 kids.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
5 kids.
5 small
five-
kids. Yeah.
5 small children. Dennis, did you invite them to come over to Canada? Or
Yes,
would you be like telling your friends that it's Canada is a nice, beautiful, friendly, diverse country? So did you
The
ever explain that?
interesting thing is when we applied for Canadian visa 10 years ago, we spoke with them, we motivate some friends to go with us, and we discussed a lot about Canada. So everything you just told, we were discussing 10 years ago. And now we started to discuss it again. Uh,
What did they
yeah,
say? What did they say?
well, yeah, definitely they want to go to Canada. Um, but the most important thing, when you arrived to Canada, when I and my family, we didn't know what behind the corner. Yes, you always want to know. Well, we don't have any money, we don't have any place, don't have any job. What we should expect in few days, and the situation is very, very. Uh, it's difficult to make decision, but when people have at least some hope, at least some understanding that someone is waiting for them, someone is doing something for them, it's completely different story. When we came to Vancouver, we came because we had a friend who is a friend of our friends who did the same what we did. I mean, he's music teacher, and it was like kind of hope that we could use and see as example. So he could live in Canada doing teaching, and I think we can do it the same. So yeah, that's as more we can do for them here, as more chances for them to better understand that
That's right,
they
Dennis.
can
I,
move.
I, I think I think I believe I'm always been an optimist. I believe that anybody who would come to Canada, as long as you work hard and really open your heart to a different country and open your hearts to different new people, right? Now I understand that it's not
Yeah.
the same as back home, but there will be opportunities, lots of opportunities for everyone. This is a big country, so it's a big country, big opportunities, big future. So I hope that some of your friends would come here, and you're ready to help them. And you know what? We're gonna be on standby with you, or standing by with you on any project that you're gonna be doing to raise money for. So I understand that you want to raise money, at least because all of us, well, we're not rich, but
Yeah.
we want to help, and we want to raise money for certain families that we can help to come over here and start a new life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly, right? So do you have any Russian friends?
Absolutely, I have, yes. And I really in difficult
Well, yes,
situation now,
yes.
because in Canada we all live like you can find any nation here, and you can have friends from all over the world living in Vancouver. Um, yeah, it's I you know I'm not against Russians. I'm
Yes.
against Putin's regime and what he made during all these past 20 years. And about relationship between Russians and Ukrainians, it's similar to a relationship between US and Canadians. So it's very close, it's pretty close. And if two nations respect each other and in good condition, so why to have any conflicts? But if one nation wants to dominate over the another one and think that it's um,
What do you want to say to your Russian friends?
the war would be over soon, and we need to be friends as we used to be. And yeah, guys, we are friends. We are friends, and it's not about us. It's about politics and regime, and yeah,
Yeah, it's just crazy. So you have some Russian friends here in
yes,
Vancouver? You
yeah,
do.
yeah,
So I also really want to reach out to them because it is not their fault.
at all.
That's why they're here. They're here. They're living a life away from that kind of toxic regime. Um, Dennis, I'm
Yeah.
really curious. I know you're totally upset, and I know you're totally sad about the people, the people in Ukraine. What do you say to Putin?
Just nothing, because he crossed the line. You know, I was trying to understand the origin of this conflict, searching in history even to like few centuries deep. But when he crossed the line, it's just no words, nothing. Just it should be stopped. That's it.
Oh my gosh, my heart goes to you, Dennis, and thank you so much for. We're really, really glad that you came on the show today. Thank you so much. And Dennis, all the best to you and your family. And let's do the fundraising. And to Ukraine, Dennis, glory to Ukraine.
You know, glory to God. Really want to change it
You
because
really want to change it?
yeah, and it's a good word, glory to Ukraine, but real glory must be to God, and then for for Ukrainian people, because of Ukrainian bravery and willing to have freedom. Yes, they deserve it. Yes, but when we speak about glory, it's up to him.
You are absolutely right, Dennis. Thank you so much. Glory to God and glory for Ukraine. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching. Please follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Please don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Always be kind. Let's stop bullies. Stay safe, everyone. See you next week. Bye-bye.